What is going on, everybody? Showing up the king, the one and only, and I'm here to bring you my review for Young Justice Invasion, episode 15, titled War. This episode actually was again another solid episode from Young Justice. Every time I watch the show now, it's almost bittersweet because, as you guys already know, that Cartoon Network is in the process of canceling the show. The petitions have been signed, and I don't want to talk too much about it, but it's been a great ride. But I will continue on. This episode actually starts off. We finally get a glimpse of the original Justice League team. They've been missing for like 80% of the season, and which is fine because this season was really about the Young Justice team. The original Justice League came in at the beginning. They had their moments to shine, but again, like I said, this season was strictly based on the original Young Justice team. We see Superman, Hawkman, Hawkgirl, Green Lantern, Martian Manhunter, and I believe Wonder Woman was there. Yeah, I think Wonder Woman was there too. And they were basically pleading to the alien courts that they didn't have anything to do with. Well, even though they did, that they weren't in control of their bodies as they were attacking the different planets, and they blamed it on Vandal Savage, who happened to be at the meeting, and they found out. It looks like on the screen, a bunch of things came on a tracker, basically stating that the Reach has taken over planet Earth, and with the Green Lanterns, they have actually dealt with the Reach before, and it basically took almost the entire Green Lantern squad to force them back. And they made a treaty that unless they've been invited to a planet, which of course they had been invited to by stupid Lex Luthor, now they are pretty much in control of planet Earth, and the Green Lanterns cannot intervene. That can be a problem later on if the Justice League is found acquitted of their crimes, but for right now, it doesn't matter. Vandal Savage, actually being a brilliant tactician, he's currently talking to Mongul. And again, most of you guys probably know, if you've ever watched the original Young Justice or even Superman, Mongul is one of Superman's greatest villains. I would probably say he is third on the list of strongest when it comes to villains, next to Darkseid, maybe Brainiac. But if we're talking about like brute strength, it's probably Darkseid and then Mongul. Um, Doomsday may fit in that equation somewhere, but I kind of think of Doomsday as like a mindless monster versus like a tactician gladiator fighter, like a Mongol or a Doomsday would be. I mean, not Doomsday, but Darkseid. But anyway, so Mongol decides to take his moon-sized planet, satellite, I mean, and go to Earth to destroy it so that the Reach won't be in control of all the metahumans that Earth has. So he takes his satellite and blasts off to Earth. Um, to make a long story short, the Young Justice team is there. We get a great cameo. If we're not gets a cameo, we get a great move by Doctor Fate, DC's version of not Captain Marvel, but Doctor Strange in the Marvel universe. So his version in DC is Doctor Fate, and he actually is protecting the Earth from Mongol's particle beam that's getting ready to destroy the planet. Overall, the episode itself was solid. We had some great fights. We got Mongol versus Superboy, Wonder Girl, his wolf, and Arsenal. Again, like I said, anytime Arsenal's in an episode, it's a good episode for me. But they got their ass handed to them. Excuse my language, but again, just like with Black Beetle, Mongol is not to be played with. Again, this is the guy that went toe to toe with Superman, so him fighting Superboy and Wonder Woman at the same time isn't really a big deal for him. So he easily mops the floor with them the first time. But luckily the other squads have, they all broke up into different sections so they can go handle everything else. They eventually do take down Mongol with an assist from Bumblebee. I'm pretty sure I'm messing up her name again, but at this point she looks like a bumblebee, so I'm gonna call her Bumblebee. So she re reconnects the power grid, fries Mongul's brain long enough so that Superboy and Wonder Girl could get in there and KO him, and it was a pretty fantastic KO. But the biggest part of this episode that I want to talk about is what happens after they stop the Warworld from destroying Earth. Blue Beetle, as we discovered last week, who is no longer in control of his own body, he finally showed his true colors. He took the power core from the planet and took it for the Reach and actually attacked the entire Young Justice team. First, he knocked out Impulse, and then he proceeded to attack everybody else. And we actually saw our first crack in Arsenal's his mental stability. The second he thought he may be possibly taken again, he was willing to kill himself and everybody else. He opened the airlock and was going to suck everybody out into space. He would rather die than be taken again by a villain, which I guess I can kind of understand. He was gone for a long time, and I guess in his case, he didn't want to ever have to deal with that again. So his move was stupid, but I mean, in that situation, I don't blame him. Blue Beetle, of course, managed to close the airlock again, and he ended up taking out the entire Young Justice team. And that's kind of how the episode ends now. We still don't know, because the major members, Nightwing and everybody else, Dr. Fate, everyone else that was outside of that little area, they don't know exactly what's going on right now. So it's going to be difficult to kind of figure out where it goes from here. Like I said, episode 15 was a solid episode. Again, like I said, this whole Blue Beetle prophecy is starting to come true. The only thing that's kind of disturbing is the fact that in the flashback with Impulse, you saw Blue Beetle, but it looked like he had the body of Black Beetle, because the Blue Beetle that you saw wasn't the skinny Jaime Reyes. It looked like it was Black Beetle who was wearing the Blue Beetle suit. So I'm thinking that if eventually down the line it wasn't Jaime who betrayed everyone, I think that eventually Jaime may lose the Blue Beetle suit, and the guy that's in the Black Beetle suit will take over the Blue Beetle suit. Who knows? But again, like I said, Green Beetle is actually outside with everybody else, and we already know that he's a part of this whole Reach ploy. So we are in trouble. The Young Justice team is definitely in trouble. The jig is up. We need to see what happens next. But if you guys have any theories, I want to hear about them. I want you to comment in the section below. As usual, I'm going to post the link to the change.org page where you can sign a petition for for them to not cancel Young Justice and the Green Lantern series. I think if we can get enough signatures on it, we might be able to actually do something. So again, I'll do my best to make sure I get that link in the description below. Thumbs up for Young Justice. Definitely don't forget to subscribe to my videos. This is Shimmer the King, Jack of all trade and the master of them all. You guys have a fantastic day.